Um, Probably one of the greatest law firms, seriously, that I've ever worked with. I was in a situation on my home where I was going back and forth with my mortgage company for 17 months, and we were trying to do a loan mod, and they'd send a packet. I'd fill out all the papers and put it in their Federal Express envelope, send it back. Never hear from them. Call them back, oh, we didn't get your paperwork. Really? Send me another packet. They'd send me another packet. This went back and forth for 17 months. I sent them a total of 8 packets. Claimed they didn't get them. Got tired of it. Found Sean and came in and talked with him, and he had everything resolved in 30 days. And it was interesting because he actually took the time to do the tracing of the Federal Express envelopes. Come to find out that 5 of the 8 had literally been signed for by people internally at my mortgage company. They got it. It was just, we're gonna, too much processing. He is probably one of the most people-oriented, personable guys in the world. He's not a typical attorney, so to speak. I think that Sean truthfully and honestly has the best interest of the people that he works with at heart. He gives it his all, and he's sincere, and I see him as honest. And I probably shouldn't say this, but in this industry, the field that he's in, that's kind of a stretch sometimes, because I've dealt with other attorneys before in the past, and it's a matter of they're not going to resolve things as quickly as they could because it's billable time. Sean's situation was, he simply wanted to get it done, and he got it done. And several times when I'd be in his office, he'd get the mortgage company on the phone with me sitting there, and I could hear him go back and forth with them, and I could hear what they were saying and everything. And plus, he has the knowledge and the expertise in what he's doing. He knows how to get it done, and he gets it done not through threats and strong arm and stuff like that, but he gets it done through just simply knowing the facts and knowing how to take care of it. The first time I met with him, when I walked out of his office, I had a feeling of he will get this accomplished. He can do this. He demonstrated his ability to do it and his knowledge of getting it done. And so the first day when I left, I thought this was the right place to be. I have recommended many people to him. My payments were enormously high. I own a consulting firm that consults with the Department of Defense and government intelligence, and we had 2 contracts that vaporized in a 30-second speech from the president. And those contracts were enormous cash cows for us. And so my income disappeared, and so I fell behind. And so the purpose of getting a loan mod was to say, okay, we need to get these payments down. I had other contracts coming in, but they hadn't started yet. And that was why we went for it, was to get the payments down. And very successful. Got the payments. I think that the payments literally got cut in half. His fees and his rate structure were incredibly affordable. He wasn't a $400 an hour attorney. And in my book, he could be. Because like I say, he got it done quickly. His staff that he assigned to do different parts of my loan mod, they were on the phone with me every day. They followed up with me every day. If there was something needed from me, I got a phone call. I got it to them. I'd call them back and say, did you get it? And they'd say, yep, we got it. We're working it. He stayed on top of it. And the guy's got to have hundreds of these things going. And for him to give me the one-on-one service, I thought, I'm not that special. So how did he do it? I don't know. But he did. Bottom line is, if I would have continued to try to do it myself, I was beating my head on a brick wall. I'd have lost my home. I would have lost my home because they were ready to do it. It was easier for them to foreclose on my home than it was for them to process me, because I was one of hundreds of thousands that were coming across their desk. they kept claiming that they had a personal loan mod person associated with my loan. I could never get her on the phone. I had her number, but I could never get her on the phone. And I'd go right back into the bank, the pool of CSRs. I'd have to start from scratch with every single phone call I made. It was a losing battle. And so when I came to him, he literally immediately demonstrated some real power and credence with the bank, because all of a sudden now they're not talking to the homeowner who they can run rickshaw over. They're dealing with an attorney. And he knew what to ask. He knew what to say to him. He knew how to go for it. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, it was to me, it was simple. For people that were in my situation, you are not going to win dealing with the banks on your own. It isn't going to happen. You're going to lose your home. The minute that you get an attorney involved, then they'll start to listen a little bit. However, depending on the attorney, it's my opinion, you can still lose your home. Because there's a lot of attorneys that just don't have the expertise that Sean has. Oh, after it was finished, I immediately got a packet from my bank. They listed out everything. They listed out the payments, the structure, everything on it. Results were 1,000 times better than I could have ever anticipated and ever expected. And I attribute that to him. Because I could have gone to, the phone book's full of attorneys that claim they can do this. I don't think there's an attorney in the Valley that will get the job done the way he gets it done. He's good at what he does. But I think the thing that's an advantage for him is not only is he good at what he does, but he cares. I felt like I was dealing with someone that cared about my situation, not an attorney. That, the phone rings, I pick it up, clock starts. It just didn't happen that way with him. His fees were incredibly reasonable. And when I think back about it, with all of the time that he had a bunch of different people in his office working on different parts of my situation, I couldn't be happier.